Hello, this is Chris Cartaya at chriscartaya.blogspot.com, and I'm unveiling something cool here. So, of course, last night, told by Basic Nerf that this baby might be out in the store. Somebody in Minnesota had these, and it was the mad dash to be first to the internet, first to have the video, first to review them, and now we're going to first to make products for them. That's right, because we have a bona fide product. It is a prototype, mind you. It is a light prototype, so it is not maybe what I would put on the market or would want someone else to put on the market. Now, put in mind, me putting this on the video copyrights it, because it proves that I made it first. So don't you go trying to copy this. But if you were to make something like this, I wouldn't get mad. If you were to do this for your own purposes, I wouldn't get mad. If you were to sell it, however, mass market, especially Hasbro or whatever, yeah, I get mad. But my other stuff is way more significant. So this is only a right-hand Nerf Stryfe holster. Jumping up and down, up and down. I don't want to do that around my Fender. This is pretty much a classic guitar. This was a 1990 Fender Eric Clapton Stratocaster. It was the first production Stratocaster ever made. So I'm going to move this out of the way for a second, because I really... This guitar is my prized possession. You can crush my Honda, you can kill my ego, you can do whatever, but I cannot handle that guitar being destroyed. Okay, so here we are. Does not move, does not move, does not move. It's on there. I can hit it, I can move it, it's not going to come off. However, at the drop of a draw, Velcroed by adhesive to adhesive, Velcro to duct tape, and it jams on me. Can you believe that? I have much more reliable rig than that. Here is the deal with these. There is a little finger. You see that little orange thing right there? Oh, I'm going to sew pin that shut. I'm going to epoxy the crap of this. So you may see a disassembly video in a few. So this will give me a chance to put this back together and show you. But you just how quick I was able to bring that to action. And I have not even messed with it. So here, let me show you. So it's got an eyelet here that goes over here, until this is level with the Stryfe, okay? Over like that. Boom! Bingo! Back on there. Now look at this right here, the accessory rail. It is unobstructed. You can throw a handle on there. As a matter of fact, why don't we do that right now? Why don't we throw a grip handle on here, just so we can be, once again, cannibalizing the SV, the super velocity. Now watch this. Watch. Even in place in the holster, I can throw grip on there. I can take it off. I can take off my magazine. I can look at, you see, this is the nice thing about a skeletonized holster, is that you can do all this stuff in place while you're getting ready for your round, whatever, So let's try this again, this time bearing that the gun doesn't jam on me. Yep, just like that. Look how much draw. The draw is actually less time than the spin up. It's beautiful. This is what a backup gun should be, especially when you got badasses like this one. Ho ho ho. That's right. Super velocity. Mean gun. 160 feet per second. Your average Nerf gun does about 40. Your average elite, I think, does about 70 or 80. Okay? Or you got badass guns like this. Big Bird. This is my model I'm making for Basic Nerf for Humans vs. Zombies. I'm keeping it, but we are always working on the dual mounts here. You see that? This baby is dual mounted. Now, of course, I got a notch on this rail from cutting this off. There used to be a triangular piece there. And I have to take a screwdriver in order to pry this off. But as you can see, chassis cockable, backup gun. But that wasn't the reason I started putting these on guns, because it makes a nice handle. And as you know, I am more of a long-range shooter than a short-range shooter. And that's not all. This Scout is modified to shoot what? Oh my gosh! It's Streamline Elites! Whatever will they do? They'll run for cover, that's what. It does go about 10 feet farther with Streamline Elites. It's pretty good. About 60. This thing does about 60. I didn't heavily modify this for the reason that I wanted it to be easy to be chassis cockable. Not modified like this one. Hold on a second. let's bring a couple more things over. Okay, so this gets borrowed a lot. This is the gun. That's Big Bird. All my good guns have nicknames. This is Red Betty. 100 arched, 55 flat. Allow me. This baby is pinpoint accurate. It has a retaliator spring and a scout spring in it. And if you do something cool, okay, let me show you a trick with front-loaded guns. The dog, take your pinky, and make it a wedge like that. See that? It makes a seal. Push it in there. 20 feet per second difference, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Another invention that I have, I might as well just show off all my holsters, huh? Another good invention that I have is the Super Retaliator holster. Well, this is a Retaliator holster, but this is a Super Retaliator. It has a 5 kilogram spring in it instead of a 3 kilogram spring. And the nice thing about this is, I mean, I probably wouldn't want to wear more than one holster, is that you can put it around here, like so. And then there's another eyelet that goes up here. So this is a hip holster for a second Retaliator. And as you may know, if you've ever played with me, my Retaliators can shoot flat probably 80, 90 feet, and they arch about 140. And if you're good at archery, you can do that. Another thing I made was the, this is really great. This is the AS Mag 10 Mag Strike leg holster. It itself is great because it's one of the hardest guns to shoot. You don't have any place to put a bandolier on it. You don't have any place to hold it. This is only really a one-strike kill weapon unless you're really good at reloading it. This works just like the Super Super Retaliator holster, and it goes like that, like so, wraps around. If I can ever get this right. 1 second. This one's big. So we're mounting a very big gun to this. Okay, check this out. Check this out. So it goes like so. Again, it doesn't fall off. It has 2 mounts on it to free it. It's not for quick draw. It's just to get it out the door. And a lot of what I do in modding, remember, it's practical for production modding, and one thing I noticed Hasbro did not have was holsters. Terrible. Why not have holsters for these guns, especially a Scout? Oh man, I would love to see an Elite Scout with quick draw holsters. That would be great. You could so market that. A quick draw holster set, a Scout with quick draws. Forget about the Jolt or the Fire Strike. I mean, the Fire Strike is going to be a good gun, especially with the modifications I suggest on my site. But it's not going to be something where it's going to be really easy to handle. I mean, you go to a slab development store and you get the rail-to-rail mount. You can throw it on one of these guns. But if you got like one of these Fire Strikes, you got to pull it. You won't have any space to do that because look at the Retaliator. Okay, look at this right here. Even if I put it back here, even if I put the mount all the way over here, that's going to hit. That's going to hit. So your better choice is to put it slide cockable like so, like they are on a lot of my guns. Now last but not least, probably the most useful holster in battle would have to be my 18 holster. As you can see, it can hold 318s, but it's also sectionable because it has walls. Let's see if we can get it right here, right between each one, and it's separate chambers. I got this idea from a guy who plays in Norwalk Nerf League named Anthony. He had one made of silver duct tape. And Anthony, I would love to make one for you if you want. But I like to make mine skeletonized. I know, some people think it's dumb, but it also tells me, like, if I look down here, I can see how many darts there are, for example. I can totally look down the side and see how many darts there are. And I can totally, it's a matter of taste. I could make this solid if I wanted to, but I don't like to. This, again, goes on your belt. It can go here, it can go here, I usually have the Scout here if somebody else is not borrowing it. This is one of the first things that gets borrowed, is this one. I'm really leery about people borrowing my SVs, especially SV, or my Supers, but I'm getting a little bit more used to the Super. So anyway, this is Chris Cartaya, your friend in space.